Okay, so right now, your waves look like this right now, right? Just look messed up, just like coming up and stuff like that. And no matter how long you brush, you cannot fix it. Even when you do a washing style, it still doesn't fix it. Why is that? So right now, what you're experiencing is called overcurling. The thing about overcurling, it's very common. It almost happens to every single beginner. You always overcurl at first. The cure to overcurling is a hard brush. You want to comb and then use a hard brush, a medium hard or a hard brush, depending on how soft, you know, how much your scalp can take it. That's what you want to use. And you want to wash and style with a medium to hard brush, right? If you do those things, you will get rid of overcurling. But it is a process. If you find that you're overcurling, there's absolutely nothing you can do. You gotta cut off that wolf. Cut it down to your curl length. For coarse hair, it's like a 2. If you're medium, it's like a 2.5 to a 3. But overcurling, like, it's a big no-no. Because you just lose progress when you do that. You don't want to lose so much progress like that. So if you find yourself that you're using the hard brushes, you're combing, you're washing, styling, you're doing all of those things, and you're so over curling, it's time to cut off that wolf. There's nothing else. And the next wolf session will be a lot longer too. Now, you're probably a beginner. If you're a beginner, you're just using soft brushes and like soft medium brushes and stuff like that. And then you're experiencing over curling and you're not putting in the brush work. What you want to do, get yourself a medium to a medium hard brush or a hard brush. Go in a mirror, handheld mirror like that behind you. Brush an hour a day in total. If you really want it, you'll do it. And if you don't want it, I know you do want it because you're watching this video right now because you want to know how to fix this issue. But that's what you want to do. You want to just get more firmer and harder brushes. Brush longer. Make sure you're getting your hair to actually lay down. Washing style. I have a washing style video coming out real soon. And if all those things are not working, it's the number one sign to cut off your wolf. You're wolfing for way too long. Personally, I went through overcurling a lot when I was a beginner, especially on my right side because it's more medium. Like the rest of my hair is like coarse, but this right here is more medium. And I went through a lot of overcurling. What I did to cure that, it's just consistency and harder brushes and cutting off the wolf. That's the key to stopping overcurling once and for all. It's gonna happen when you're a beginner, but on your second to third wolf session, you'll be able to go longer and longer and longer without experiencing overcurling. And it's all about learning how to lay down your hair. The best way to lay down your hair from like a fuzzy afro, you want to comb, hard brush for longer. I forgot to add this. Don't just hard brush for 5 to 6 minutes. You want a hard brush for half the amount. Or a hard brush, or just with the firmest brush you have that you can use on your head that your scalp can tolerate. You want to use that brush for 50% of the entire brush session. Let's say you're brushing for an hour straight, right? 30 minutes of that is using a hard brush. And then the rest, and then 20 minutes medium and 10 minutes soft. But you want to use that hard brush, yo, like for longer, because that's what's gonna actually train your wolf. And when you're doing a washing style, do not wash your style with a soft brush. It's a one-way ticket to overcurling. You want to use a medium firm, or like a medium hard. I don't recommend washing styling with a hard brush until you're like 8 or even 10 weeks wolfing, because it really does hurt. If your hair is wet, the harder the brushes feel on your scalp. That's just a fact. But never wash the style with soft brushes, or if your medium brush feels too soft, do not do that. That is how you overcurl. That like makes it 10 times worse. The firmer the brush, use the firmest brush that you can use on your head when you're doing a washing style, because that will straighten out your waves, straighten out all your curls, and then rag up. You only want to use one brush when you're doing a washing style. The firmest brush you can use on your scalp. I learned that one from Sir Cruz. It's one of the best tips. And then after that, you just lay down your hair with the soap in your hands and you rag up, Do not get your hair wet unless you're washing it, unless you have a do-rag on. That always, if I spray my hair right now, it automatically overcurl. It doesn't matter how trained your waves are. You want to stay away from using too many products. Too much product buildup, or if you just put a glop of glue on your hand, you put it in your hair, that's gonna make you overcurl. And overcurling can run even deeper than that. The products you use do determine how much you overcurl as well. Personally, I use like a little bit of leave-in conditioner. I use a lot of butters. Oil-based products do not make you overcurl at all, or nearly as much as using like a really heavy watery liquidy product. So you kind of want to stay away from like those really water-based products. You want to use more butter, use more oil, and things of that nature, and use a little bit of like a leave-in conditioner. Only use a little bit because you don't need that much. Less than a dime size of leave-in conditioner. If you use more than that, you're gonna overcurl. For cream, you can use a little bit more because it's more dense, less watery. But the products you use do determine how you overcurl. Because water, no matter how good your waves are, no matter how trained you are, water always makes your hair overcurl. So if you just use products that are more oil-based, because oil and water don't mix. I did a science experiment in 6th grade about oil and water mixing. They don't mix. You should know that by now. I don't know how you don't know that, but you want to use oil-based products for the most part. And that's how you do it. That's a cure to overcurling. I hope you enjoyed. Follow my Insta, join my Discord, links in the description. Love y'all. Any questions you got, my Insta's in the description. Like I said, my Discord tags in the description. Any questions you got, I'll answer them for you. Peace out.